Okay guys, so you want to boost your productivity. In this video I'm going to talk about a few tips which I've actually used myself and that I think you guys might find actually quite useful. Maybe this will be to increase your working time, or you just want to get things done in a quicker time. This is obviously what we all want. You don't want to be spending 10, 15, 20 hours on one task, procrastinating, not actually doing what you're supposed to do. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few tips on what I think you can actually do to improve your productivity. If you want more tips on everything finance, self-development, and just general money, be sure to check out the newsletter in the description. It's free, so go and check it out. The first point is actually taking breaks. A lot of people don't actually do this, and I don't really see why, because if you're working 12 hours a day non-stop, you're not really going to be effective for all of those 12 hours. So you want to split these work sessions up. The quality of what you do in each work block will obviously be determined by how many hours is in this work block, how long the breaks are in between each work block, and obviously how many work blocks you actually have in a singular day. I feel like the fewer you have, the more productive you are and the more effective you are in each individual block. But obviously, if you're only working for 2 work blocks in a day, you're most likely not going to get as much done as you would having maybe 4 or 5. You don't want to get to a stage where you're working way too much and you eventually burn out and the quality of your work actually starts decreasing drastically to the point where you're actually working for no reason because you're working, but it's actually becoming detrimental to your health, your work output, and just everything in your life. If you are at school, you obviously have breaks in between each lesson. You have breaks every couple of lessons, whether this be a break of 15 minutes, half an hour, an hour. I'd recommend around 15 to 30 minutes. Obviously you can have a longer one for a lunch break, but I feel like having a system in place where set hours of your day are actually made for work and set hours are for maybe eating your dinner, eating your lunch, getting exercise, everything like this. As long as it's in a nice routine, it can be a lot better, more effective to actually work like this. And overall, by doing this, it will increase your productivity because you know exactly when you have to work. You can eliminate all distractions in those work blocks because in 15 minutes time you have a work break coming up and you can check your notifications then, you can go get a drink, you can do this and that, but in this set time period it's actually work mode, so you know exactly what to do. And the next one is sleep. This is very, very important because we can't function if we actually haven't had any sleep. I saw someone say that if you actually don't sleep, your brain actually starts to eat itself. And I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on that, but obviously I know personally sleep is very, very useful. Being a trader myself, if I wake up in the morning and I haven't had very good sleep, it's going to be detrimental to my trading results and my performance. Firstly, you're going to be very tired, you're not really going to be awake. You've never seen someone perform at the highest level whilst they're sleepy, their eyes are like half shut, they're squinting at the screen. You're just not going to be as effective. And as a result of actually having a lack of sleep, not only will our performance decrease, your memory will actually worsen. So you actually forget tasks which you may have remembered previously, but because of your lack of sleep, you actually forget tasks which you actually have to do. You're more prone to actually making mistakes. So whether this be mistakes with an email, mistakes in your trading, mistakes in your investing, these are more likely to actually come up and happen more often if you're actually dealing with a lack of sleep. To name a few more, you become irritable, your diet suffers, and your immune system suffers as well. Pretty much everything in your life, everything to do with your health is actually affected by this lack of sleep which you're actually having. So definitely make it a priority if this is something you're struggling with. It is recommended that adults get around 7 to 9 hours sleep per night. This will differ per person. A lot of people will want more sleep, some people will function well on less sleep, but obviously after some testing and maybe using a sleep device or something that tracks your recovery, like a Whoop, this will be something that will tell you how much did you recover, did you get interrupted during your sleep, did you have a lot of deep sleep. Something like this that can actually be tracked. It's very, very easy to see improvements based on simply the metrics. And you guys have obviously seen online these gurus talking about you only need 3 hours of sleep per night, you only need 4 hours of sleep per night, go to bed at 2 a.m, wake up at 6, get the work done, don't sleep until the work's done and everything. But this is all well and good, putting in all the hours to work, but if you don't have enough sleep, you won't be able to function properly. So you can get all that work done in a short amount of time whilst you're not dealing with trying to stay awake and dealing with all the mistakes you're making and everything I mentioned previously will just be a result of this lack of sleep which they preach. One of the best ways to actually improve your sleep and the quality of your sleep is to set routines. A good thing on your phone, the iPhones do, is you can actually set your sleep time. So at a certain time your phone will go into do not disturb mode, and this basically means that you'll stop getting notifications. And you can set a wake up time as well, so it sets an alarm at the same time every single day. The main benefit of this is your body gets used to going to sleep at the same time, waking up at the exact same time. And if you are actually using a routine, your body can adjust to this. Just like if you're working at a job, you wake up at the same time every day, so your body is used to waking up at the same time every day. A lot of people think that, oh, they're waking up at the same time every day, so it doesn't really matter when they go to sleep, but your body needs to obviously get used to going to sleep at the same time as well. And this is why obviously jet lag is a big thing, because if your body is used to going to sleep at a different time, then you're going to be more tired because you can't fall asleep as easily, or you're really tired so you fall asleep way too easily and sleep in. And if you have a routine, same time to bed, same time wake up, then this can kind of eliminate all those negative things about this. The next point kind of adds on from sleep, and it's something that you'll need a large amount of sleep to actually do properly. This is exercise. And the reason why you need sleep to actually get the biggest benefits from this is because if you exercise, you need sleep to let your muscles recover. So if you are going to the gym, if you are going running, cycling, swimming, to let your body recover, you obviously need sleep. So a lot of people don't actually want to do exercise, or they feel like they don't have the time, but realistically, you only need 30 minutes, an hour a day to actually get in enough exercise to actually start seeing results from this. Obviously, doing exercise benefits your fitness levels, benefits your whole physique, but the main benefits, your energy levels will actually increase. It improves your overall mood, so you start feeling better after you've exercised. I don't know anyone that will actually regret exercising after they've done it. They don't want to do it in the first place, granted, because no one wants to get up off the sofa and go into a gym or go out for a run. It might be raining, it might be cold. This isn't really something that people want to do, but you've got to embrace your inner David Goggins, and you've got to get out there and do those exercises. And obviously it promotes a better sleep schedule, because if you're exercising more, you become more tired, which means it's easier to sleep earlier and wake up feeling like your body has actually deserved the sleep which you've actually had. And as a result of all of this, it will benefit your productivity. If you set in stone everything that we've mentioned so far, you have the routine from setting the times that you're actually doing everything. Your sleep is in a routine as well, and exercise is in a routine. Then you know that, okay, this hour I'm working, this hour I'm sleeping, this hour I'm exercising, this hour I'm eating. Everything is set in stone, so there's no confusion, and your body knows exactly what it's going to do at each set time. So moving on from exercise, and it kind of leads into this because some of these can actually be based on exercise, and it is to have a variety of hobbies or interests. The main reason that I actually like hobbies is it can break up the day. So what I personally do is I play golf, I play tennis, I go go-karting, gotta love racing around a little track. Very, very good fun. You guys should go try it if you haven't already. And the main reason why I actually do it is it allows me to forget about trading. So obviously, if you guys are a trader or you know about forex trading, you know that it is very high risk, it's very high stress, because you're dealing with tens of thousands of pounds in losses, in wins. And if you are solely focused on this 24/7, your mind can go crazy and you can become crazy. It's as simple as that. So to allow myself to escape from this, I go play golf. If you're on a golf course, 4 or 5 hours, you don't have your laptop there. You're not checking your charts. You're focused solely on playing golf. If you have something which actually allows you to escape from focusing on your work, this is very, very good. Whether it be on the weekends, whether it be a lunch break, you go and play golf, you go to the driving range, you play a quick game of tennis. These are all things which can actually help. You'll come back sharper, you'll come back with a lot more hunger to actually do the work. Whereas if you're just thinking about work all the time, you kind of dread actually doing it, you kind of dread wanting to do the work which you actually have to do. Whereas if you've had a few hours out or a few hours away on the weekend playing golf, playing tennis, you come back refreshed, ready to work again. And if you are in a high stress job like trading, like myself, this can definitely be a lot more effective because it kind of reduces your stress levels. All you have to focus on is hitting a golf shot or hitting the next ball when it comes to you with your tennis racket. It's very, very low stress. So I mean, golf can be pretty stressful when you're having a bad round, but you know, we try not to have those. But it's a lot less stressful than trading, and this can obviously mean that doing something high stress and then doing something low stress, it kind of equals out and you have a nice happy life. So the next one is actually to-do lists. It might sound quite cliche and everyone says write a to-do list, but I've done it before and it definitely increases my productivity. Seeing it written down, everything I have to do, let's say the end of the day or the next day, I see this list again and I'm like, oh, well, I only completed 3 out of 5 tasks or 3 out of 10 tasks. Yeah, that'd be even worse, but it kind of makes you feel like you failed the day. Whereas completing these tasks, you feel success. You know, I've actually read this book called Make Your Bed, and you guys have probably heard the speech that it's actually from. That's this army guy, and he was saying that if you make your bed, that's the first like mission completed of the day, the first success, and the next success could be brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, having breakfast, everything like this. And I feel like it's the same with a to-do list. If you want to complete all these big tasks or reach these big goals or these big heights, then you have to start with the small tasks, the ones that aren't going to affect whether you make 10 million or 100 million, but it will definitely make you feel better and it will make you get more work done in the process. First of all, it will aid your memory. Writing down everything that you feel like you have to do or that you know you have to do, it can stop you forgetting what you actually wanted to do, because a lot of times I've actually forgotten because I haven't written it down and then I literally never end up doing it. You don't want this to happen. You want to be able to complete everything which you've actually set out to do. And maybe set a block in the day, whether it be half an hour, to actually complete these small tasks which are actually on your to-do list. Whether it be clean your desk setup, make it more productive. You know, we always love a clean setup, especially if, you know, there's a lot of clutter on your desk. It's not really good for your productivity. That's another point. Or maybe it's do something around the house. It could literally be anything. But doing these tasks will make you more productive, because once you're getting things done, it feels good once you completed it, and then you can move on to big tasks, and obviously once you completed those, it'll be even bigger buzz and you'll be even happier once you have completed them. But obviously you don't want to set crazy goals on your to-do list, like make 50 million, because that's not really something that you can just tick and it's done. You want to make sure they're realistic, and obviously it's not going to be like your crazy goals, it's just things which you can complete and tick off your list, and maybe the next day have another little list. You're basically just trying to set out things to do and actually do them. That's the main point of this. To increase your productivity, you need to actually do what you set out to actually do in the first place. So if you guys did find this useful in any way, be sure to comment down below anything that you feel that I actually missed out on, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.